we're going to talk about the similarities between my two favorite anime, Fairy Tail and One Piece. Now you might be thinking to yourself, pirates and wizards, there's nothing remotely similar about that. But watch the video, I'll show you. There's quite a few similarities between these two, and it's the reason why I love both of them. The one thing that obviously is not similar between the two is one is about pirates and one is about wizards, and they have completely different storylines and goals. We all know that Natsu has no desire to be the king of anything. He has said so at the end of the Fairy Tail manga. So let's start with the similarities. First off, we got pirate ships for One Piece. Those are the main centerpieces for all the different pirates. And then in Fairy Tail, we have guild halls. Every guild has different unique, guild halls based on the name of their guild and what they're known for. These locations usually tend to be the main gathering point for majority of the main characters of both shows. And fuck authority. That's basically the mindset of the Fairy Tail Guild and all pirates in the One Piece world. They don't like authority. They don't always deal well with authority, and they butt heads a lot. Obviously, the rules that Fairy Tail breaks in their world is a lot more minor versus the rules that, the Straw Hats, break in the One Piece world. Obviously, different context, different reasons. But even Natsu will stick it to the man, because it doesn't matter if it's authority or the king or the queen or anything. If injustice is being done by those authority figures, he's gonna call them out and he's gonna fight. Same as as the Straw Hats do with the Marines. Obviously, the Fairy Tail Guild though does actually get credit for the good deeds that they do, where the Straw Hats don't usually get credit for the good deeds that they do, except from the people who they actually helped. But they have a reason for that because of the kind of world that they live in. Nakama is also a key word between the two stories, because Fairy Tail and One Piece they are about friendships and relationships and how they affect the world that you live in and how they affect your life personally. That's very similar between both shows and manga. Arguably, One Piece's power system is definitely written a lot better than Fairy Tail's power system, but a lot of that also has to do with experience. Oda's been making manga a lot longer than Hiro Mashima has. But they do have some similarities, because it's in both worlds, it's possible for anybody to really get stronger if they put forth the effort. I mean, there's regular ass human beings in One Piece who can completely, annihilate somebody with devil fruit sometimes. You can get strong without a devil fruit. The devil fruit does make you powerful, but more powerful than most, but it's not the end all be all to be big and powerful. In the Fairy Tail world, magic is so rich and inground even in nature that all you have to do is just concentrate to be able to build more magic power in you. The more you practice, the more magic power you're able to, use, and less time that you'll be spent getting worn out. And that is also potential for anybody in the Fairy Tail world to get stronger. Instead of devil fruits, though, the other kind of power that you can get to be more powerful is lacrimas, especially, Dragon Slayer lacrimas. As far as who's stronger than who, I honestly don't know if Natsu could actually take on Luffy. It's up in the air for me, just because, Kaido is pretty powerful, and I think even Natsu would struggle against a dragon, because we know he has struggled against a dragon. So it's up in the air. I don't know. I don't know how the two of them would fight, because both of them are extremely, extremely powerful in their own, world. Now let's get to the character comparisons. There's characters in One Piece and in Fairy Tail that remind me a lot of each other. For instance, Shanks and Gildarts. The two of them are quite similar. There's no doubt about that. They're both really strong. We barely ever see them in the show. They have a huge impact on the main character from childhood. The similarities are there even with their interactions with the main characters. You can't deny that the rivalry between Sanji and Zoro is identical to the rivalry between Natsu and Gray. Obviously, these guys are best friends. They would back each other up no matter what, but at the same time, they get on each other's fucking nerves. Personally, I think that's Zoro and Gray's fault. Both of them are the instigators. They're the ones that start mouthing off first. And both of these stories, they both have strong female characters. And that's still kind of hard to come by in a really good shonen manga and anime. We got Nami and Robin, who are incredibly strong, independent women who are very comparable to, Lucy and Urza. The four of them have had intense character development and have all gone through intense trauma to become the characters that they are. They also tend to terrify the main character quite a bit. Then there's the diversity of the characters. I find that Fairy Tail and One Piece are extremely, extremely LGBTQA friendly. Representation is extremely important. Wonderful. Not everybody's the fucking same. It's great. That's how the real world is, and that's how it should be in storytelling. The inclusion of minority characters is also a big deal, especially for me personally. It gets kind of boring when all the characters are just a bunch of white dudes. The morality that is taught in both of their stories is it's just incredible to me, and it's why I love these two so much. And sadly, Fairy Tail gets a lot of hate. One Piece is obviously extremely popular. Everybody loves One Piece. It's objectively good. Fairy Tail is more subjectively good. Fairy Tail is just different because, for one thing, a lot of people, I think, tend to turn away from Fairy Tail because of the fan service. And the fan service does not cover the entire anime. That is just a little gag that gets slipped in every once in a while. Personally, I think being uninterested in an anime simply because of the fan service it just sounds incredibly prude and juvenile to me. I don't know why, it just does. And don't act like One Piece don't have its own fan service. It's got plenty between Nami and Robin, and don't even get me started on Amazon Lily. Now, when it comes to art styles, I prefer Hiramashima's art styles to, Oda's art styles, but that doesn't mean that either anime is better or, than the other. Fairy Tail is my ultimate favorite. It's my number one anime, and One Piece is number two. Now, I'm not reading the One Piece manga. I tried, but the way Oda lays out his panels, my ADHD brain just could not comprehend what was going on in the story, so I just stuck to anime only. Fairy Tail, on the other hand, I've read the manga. I'm still currently reading the 100-year quest manga that's currently going. And I've rewatched the Fairy Tail anime I don't know how many times. So those are the similarities between One Piece and Fairy Tail, and what I think is so similar between the two. Let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think there's any similarities, or have you even tried watching Fairy Tail or One Piece? I definitely recommend both. They're both fantastic. Don't forget to like, subscribe. See ya.